Ready, Sally?
Ready, Linus?
Each year, the great pumpkin rises out of the pumpkin patch to bring toys to all the good little boys and girls. And this year, we're going to find the most sincere pumpkin patch ever, and then we're going to stitch it. Wow. Are you excited?
If you try to hold my hand, I'll slug you. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Melanie.
And I'm Michael.
And welcome to Uplift Stitches. We are a married couple, and this channel is a place where we talk mostly about cross-stitch with a little bit of board games.
Yeah, so if you stuck with us past the strange intro, we just thought
we're just trying to get in the festive mood, okay?
Yes, we do love this time of year. It's my favorite time of year, and yes, we thought we would have a little fun with some costumes.
Yes, you can see we're a little bit spooky today. We've got a spooky quilt. We've got one of Michael's finishes over here.
Yeah, I remember doing that one.
We're getting in the spirit.
We are in the spirit. I was born in the spirit.
I know you were.
So today is it's an unusual shooting day because we usually don't shoot on Fridays.
It's Friday, October 3rd.
It's Friday, October 3rd in the afternoon.
It's the afternoon. We have a busy weekend planned.
So we decided to move our shooting schedule up a little bit. So
now is the time.
Now is the time. So this is Flosstube number 26.
Ooh.
So we're past the 2-year mark, which is exciting.
Okay.
So yeah, we didn't have as busy a month overall as far as like.
Well, first let's say hello and welcome.
Oh yes, hello and welcome.
We had got over 200 subscribers since the last time we filmed, so we just want to say hello, and we're so grateful that you're here. If you're a new subscriber, to all our old subscribers and friends, thank you. We appreciate you as well. Our hearts are just overflowing.
Yeah, it's just
with how our channel has grown over the last 2 years, and especially over the last month.
Yeah, it's been a great journey. The last couple of years, I was certainly not expecting to be doing Flosstube, but it's been a great journey and met some wonderful people in the community. We had just a great community, so. And met some wonderful people at the Harvest Moon. So.
We did. So usually we start our videos by talking a little bit about what we've been up to over the past month.
Yes.
And then we go into the cross-stitching, and then at the very end we talk about board games. This video is going to be a little bit light on the board games.
It is, because we didn't game as much as last month.
Yeah. This might be our shortest video that we've had in a while.
It might be, although I think we both had a fair number of projects to work on.
We did.
So there might lengthen it.
We'll find out.
But yeah, so if you're not interested in a particular thing, you can skip around using the chapters below that we've put in. So, but yeah, over the last month, one of the major things I think most people have been talking about, the Harvest Moon Hangout.
Yes, we spent the whole weekend, and we just had a great time.
Yes, it was Friday through Sunday.
Yeah.
And we were there every day.
So. Yeah, it's a virtual retreat hosted by Live&DyeLA Stitches. And yeah, we just had our pajama pants on.
We had our pajama pants on. We had our stitching with us. We did stitching rooms. We did the speed dating.
Yeah, we sat at some stitching tables with some friends, some other Flosstube friends, and some other friends in this community. We just had a wonderful time talking with everyone, getting to know some people more, and just sharing our love of this hobby together.
And I will say, if you do decide to go, and if you haven't been, I think you'll have a great time because you can do whatever level and games you want to do. We've done most of the things. I don't know if you've done any classes.
I feel like this is the one that we've done the most for.
I think so. Yeah.
I feel like the first one we went to, we were more lurkers.
We were definitely more lurkers in the first one. Hung out in some of the rooms. I think we tried.
I don't think we did any of the designer chats, which has gradually become one of my favorite things.
Yeah, the designer chats were always great since we've been doing it, but we definitely started doing them more as we've been to more. We felt more comfortable. Yeah,
we did speed dating this time, which we love so much.
Speed dating is probably one of the things I look forward to the most because it's always, you never know who you're going to get, and oftentimes you end up, I think there's a core group of people who always do it every session.
Like it, yeah.
And then you'll never know who you're going to meet otherwise.
Yeah.
So it's always fun.
It's always so fun.
So yeah, and the finish parade was really fun to see. Some great finishes.
Yeah. We just really enjoyed ourselves. We had a wonderful time. We're already looking forward to the Jingle Ball.
Yes, we have plans. I already have some of my projects planned out. I'll be stitching on.
He's stitching already. I'm not that far advanced, but I saw that they posted the list of classes. So I'm going to take a look at that and see if there's any classes I want to take.
Yeah, because I don't think you've done any classes
No,
yet.
We've never done something we've never done.
So I don't know if they'll do a class or not, but we'll see. I'll look as well, but I may or not.
Yeah, but we are looking forward to hanging out with our friends again and just having another fun weekend to look forward to.
We had the weekend blocked off already.
Yeah.
So there was that. We also had a lot of fun camping.
Oh, yeah. So the weekend after we filmed, we went camping. My family has a tradition where one weekend in September, as many of us who are able to get together and go camping at a state park somewhere within a 1 mile radius or 1 hour
1 hour
radius of St. Louis, because that's where most of my family lives. And my mom's side of the family, we get together and go. I think this year we had 20 people camping.
Yeah, we had 20 people, so quite a big crowd.
Yeah, and it was just so fun. One of my favorite traditions that we have is we sit around the campfire after dinner and we tell stories. And this is those kind of stories where like you say a little part of the story and then you pass it to the next person. It just keeps going around the circle.
It was a pretty wild time. I have to say, I think at one point towards the end of it, there was only half of us participating probably because it had gotten so far off track and weird.
There were s'mores and people got distracted.
Yes,
but it's always one of my favorite things. Just having the time away in the quiet, in the trees, with my family, and just having fun together.
And just being out in nature and away from all the concrete and
it was nice.
Deal. So it's something I look forward to. I didn't get to go the previous year, so it was fun to go and enjoy being out there.
Yeah. What else did we do?
Well, we also went antiquing.
Oh, that's right. We had a spontaneous date.
Yes, I had to take the lawnmower in to get fixed.
We've been turning like chores into dates.
Yes, we're like, well, I have to go out and do this. Let's do something fun.
Yeah,
so,
we had to take the lawnmower in to get some maintenance on it, and so we said, let's do something.
Let's go have fun. So we went antiquing. Well, we were gonna go to get a barbecue first. And
barbecue place is closed.
We pulled up there and it's something else. Yeah. So we're like, well, it's been a while since we've been to that one. I guess they couldn't live without our business. So we ended up going and getting some wonderful pretzels and stuff. So we ate outside and then we
it was a nice day.
And we did some antiquing. We didn't find a whole lot. Although
Michael found a stitching treasure.
I did find a stitching treasure.
Which will show in purchases?
Yeah, project enhancements is what I call it.
Okay, all right.
That's my new name. I think kind of like so. But yeah, I did find that but we didn't find any antique stuff that we really wanted to come home with.
No.
Which was kind of sad. But I had a good time looking at stuff. So yeah, it's been a while since we did antiquing. I don't even remember the last time before that we went. So we do like to do that from time to time. So other than that, I think we did a whole lot.
You've been very busy at work.
Been very busy at work. Panicked faculty and all kinds of different things going on throughout the course semester with classes and nothing that is unusual, just normal. Oh, this went wrong. What happened? What did I do? Kind of moments for some faculty. So, but it's been a good year overall, I think, as far as the semester goes. My classes have been going good that I'm taking,
and the one you're teaching,
and the one I'm teaching is going well. So yeah, I guess it was busier than I realized, but not busy in the same ways that we usually have our month.
I was busy with physical therapy. I just got graduated today.
She did. She was excited.
Yeah. So it really helped me so much. I'm getting a lot stronger and I'm able to do more than I was a month ago. So that's exciting. I sort of feel like I'm on the right trajectory.
Yes. I think she's definitely gotten a lot stronger and back getting towards where she needs to be. So.
I also had some extra Zoom stitching get-togethers with friends, and that's been so much fun. Just spending some afternoons with people stitching and chatting, and I just enjoyed that so much.
Yeah, and I photobombed a few of them and said hello to people.
Michael tries to pop in.
I pop in sometimes just to try to check and see if she needs water and stuff. But I usually say hi, and sometimes I sneak in quiet because everybody's talking. So, but yeah, I'd like to say I've been enjoying the fall weather, but it's been hot.
It was hot and dry. We're in a drought.
We had a short few days of rain, which cooled it a tiny bit, and then it got hot again. It's not super hot, but it's in the upper 80s, which is not fall.
We're looking forward to fall.
I think we went through fake fall, and now we're back into summer, and then
we're in like third summer,
something like that. I want real fall, actual fall. So
it's coming.
Yeah. Welcome, Great Pumpkin. We need you. But other than that, I mean, I guess I don't think we have much else to happen this month.
No.
Except for stitching. There was lots of stitching.
We did do some stitching.
There was lots. I did a lot more stitching than I do some months. I had some stars and stuff.
Ooh.
So yeah. Well, I guess we move on. You don't have any finished objects? Fully finished objects?
I do not.
Okay, so we can start with finishes then.
Yeah.
How many do you have?
I have 2 finishes.
All right, I have 2 because the third one was actually probably also a whip because it's part of my larger project.
Okay.
So we can just alternate.
Yeah, why don't you start?
Oh, why don't I start? Okay. All right, well, so the first one was actually a start and finish. I know, crazy, right?
Wow.
So I don't really need to show the pattern. This one is called just Forest Fox by Max Pigeon. And this is how it turned out. This was part of the Fall for Foxes sale, which is hosted by Wild Foxes.
Steph at Wild Fox Stitchery and Luminea. I think it's Forest Crone Crafts.
I think so. I think that's right. So they were hosting that, and I thought I would have fun and join as part of that. So this is this one was stitched on 18 count Cauldron Spill by Laura's Fabrics Aida, and it just did a 1/1 with the called fours. I think it turned out really nice. It was a small but fun stitch.
You started this at the Harvest Moon Hangout?
I started this at the Harvest Moon Hangout. That's where I started it, and I didn't finish it there, but I had a pretty good start on it.
No, it was like that following week, though. It was pretty quick.
Yeah. I mean, I stitched on a lot of stuff at the Fall Hangout.
That's true.
That's part of the reason.
Project swapping.
I swapped a lot. So. So that was my first finish.
Okay, my first finish is something that I showed last month as a new start. It's Oona Owl by the Artsy Housewife. I started this along with Jen from Jen's Fiberweb as part of her Gonna Be Owl Right Sal. And I was so excited. I finished this at the Harvest Moon Hangout. We were stitching with friends. And this is how it turned out.
Oh yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to say it no longer looks like a cat.
Yeah.
I
was working on it and it was sitting upside down on the thing, and at that point it looked like a cat just from the way, like the parts that I had stitched.
Looked like a cat.
It looked like a cat, but it doesn't anymore. It looks
Not
like
anymore.
an owl.
It is an owl. It is an owl.
Is ready for some evening fun. I stitched this on 20 count Desert Night by Atomic Ranch, and I used most of the recommended DMC colors. I did change 2. I changed the very darkest brown. I lightened it up a little bit. And also there's like a tan kind of creamy color, and I had to use a different color because we did not have the suggested one. But I did the DMC to DMC conversion tool online, and I think the one I picked was perfect. So yeah. I'm very excited with how this turned out. I have a frame that's the right size.
Ooh, that's
it just needs to be painted because it's like a super shiny, brassy.
Doesn't really fit.
Color. It's not going to work. So I just need to figure out kind of what color I'm going to paint it, and this will have a home. It's very exciting.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I love how it turned out, and it was so fun joining Jen in her stitch along.
Yeah. All right. This other one I started, I guess it was back in May. This when I started this one because it was
halfway to Halloween.
Halfway to Halloween sale. This was my start for that because I know I told everybody that was taking part in that which one I should start, and they said this is the one I should start. So this is the this is the pattern. It's Moonlight Pumpkin Carving by Lola Crow. I know there's a companion piece that I would like to get for this with the barn and pumpkins, but so this one was a lot of fun to stitch. I did not go with the black fabric. I ended up going with a this was called Cranberry Sauce by Live&DyeLA. It's 20 count, and I think it turned out really nice on this fabric.
It's so spooky.
It looks very kind of eerie with the reddish kind of maroon color. So yeah, this was by Live&DyeLA, and I also did my stitching on this for the I Spy that Laura from Stitching by the Shore does. So I used this for something at a county fair. Pumpkins are usually at a county fair, and it also counts for candle scents. There's lots of pumpkin scented candles, and there are leaves on the pumpkins usually. So I figured that counts for that. I had to. I intended to use my burrow tails, and I was like, well, I'm just going to wait until that one finishes getting all the pattern, and then I can start back up on that. So this one was a lot of fun. I did just use the called for DMCs, doing it 1/1, which looks really nice on this. So I was really pleased with how this one turned out. The hardest part was one of these browns I was stitching before I had everything filled in. was close enough to the fabric like tone that it was harder to see when I was stitching it. But other than that, it really wasn't hard at all to stitch. And it's really a beautiful pattern. I enjoyed that one. That's one of my favorite spooky patterns I've stitched recently. So.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to finish it. I think we might have a circle frame that's the right size that'll need paint, but I don't know if it'll look right or not in it.
Well, now I'll look around.
Yeah, so I'll have to do some experimentation. But.
I'll do some measurements if we go antiquing again and see if I can't find something too. So
yeah.
So that was my second finish.
Okay, my second finish was a Harvest Moon Hangout start and finish.
Ooh.
And that is Twilight Moon by the Tiny Modernist.
I do like that one.
I had done, so there's a series of patterns using this floss pack by Threadworx that came out at Market in March. And I had started 2 other ones at, what was the retreat this summer? The Midsummer?
Midsummer Stitch, I think.
Midsummer Stitch. I had stitched 2. And so I thought, well, I could do another one at this retreat. So I did. So I figured since it was called the Harvest Moon Hangout, it was appropriate to do a little moon pattern. But I just love how this turned out. I did use the called for Threadworx thread, and I stitched this 1/1 on 18 count Night Sky by Fiber on a Whim. And I like how it turned out. There are, like, the light purple does blend in a little bit. Like, it doesn't stand out as much as the cover photo of the pattern does, but I'm okay with that. I like it.
I think it looks nice. It's a little more subdued, but it looks nice.
Yeah. So I'm figuring out how I want to finish it, but I'm so excited that I did. And now I have the memory of the fun times at Harvest Moon Hangout with this piece and all the wonderful people that I stitched with.
Okay.
Those are our finishes.
Those are our finishes. Now we do have some starts. How many starts?
I have 4 starts.
There's 5 starts there.
Wow. Okay, you better go first.
Remember, I went crazy with starts. So
Michael was in a starting mood.
I was in a starting mood and I just couldn't stop myself. So I said, I'm going to start all the things.
Ooh.
And I did.
All the things. All the things.
So the first one I have on here that I'll show. Let's see if I can get the non-pattern version. Let's see if I can show this without showing. There's my... So there is what I started. This was the fall for passing time. There is the actual pattern. So this is in the Cross Stitch in the Forest book, which I'm sure at this point everybody knows what.
By Max Pigeon.
By Max Pigeon. So this is my start for it. It's not a big start. I've had so many things calling my attention, but this is the last of the 4 seasons.
You started that on the first day of autumn?
I started this one on the first day of autumn. So I wanted to do each one in season. I started last winter and just been going through each of the different seasons. So this one was a lot of fun. This was the summer one. This one was my first one.
I think. Had you finished that?
I finished this one. I guess I did finish it I guess technically that was a finish. Because I finished that before the end of summer, officially. And I started this one on the start of autumn. So that'll be another finish for this next one.
Yeah.
Or so.
Yeah.
So I'm stitching this one on, let me see what it was actually on. I don't even remember.
It's 20 count.
This is 20 count Black Aida, 1/1 by, with a call for DMCs. I'm not changing this. He usually has such good colors. I don't really usually mess with his colors at all. So that was my first start and a finish, apparently. I forgot about it.
My first start actually started the day that we filmed. Michael and I, it was one of those nice days that we had there for a little bit. And so we sat on the back porch and I had been wanting to start this. I think I mentioned it in the video, and that is Ruby-throated Hummingbirds by Boomerang Stitches. So I got to start on that day, and then this kind of became my Zoom project. So every time I did a virtual stitch with friends, not the retreat I focused on the owl and the moon, but every time that I did kind of a virtual stitching thing this month, I pulled out this project and worked on it, and I made so much progress on it. Yeah. Ooh.
That's a great fabric for it. I love the fabric you picked.
Yeah, I stitched this on 20 count Sea Glass by Mystic Fabrics. And I'm using the called for colors. And wow, I'm just enjoying this so much.
It's a beautiful pattern. She did such a great job with that.
Yeah.
the color schemes.
I
And
enjoy
just,
Amity's design so much. And I really love, like, this was a good, like, virtual chat thing because there are a lot of these, like, big blocks of color. Especially in the large flowers and the hummingbirds, to where, you know, counting, it didn't take a lot of counting brain power. I could just focus on the stitching and the chatting.
That's the important things.
So all I have left are the wings and the sort of bottom tail wings. And then there's one white stitch in each of their eyeballs.
And then it's done.
And then it'll be done. So I might keep this as a virtual stitch. I think it might only take me 2 or 3 more sessions to get it done. I did work on it extra last night. Our friend Eli, Thick Threads, had a prompt for his birthday to stitch on your brightest fabric project. So I pulled this out yesterday. Nice. And I spent some extra time on it last night that I normally wouldn't have. Yeah, but I just love how this is looking. It's so vibrant and bright. And I wanted to make sure I worked on it before the hummingbirds left. I think there's only one left that I've seen at the feeder.
Yeah, there's not many. Most of them disappeared.
Most of them migrated last week. So yeah, so I'm sort of losing my steam on this, but I might push through and try to get it finished.
You're so close. You got to.
I'm so close. I know.
Yeah, it's different. So you got to push through and finish that.
Yes.
She's right.
Yeah. So this is where I'm at on this project, and I'm just enjoying every stitch.
All right. Let's see. My next start. Oh yes, this one was. I started this one at the harvest. This one is Buried in Books by Lola Crow. She's rapidly becoming one of my favorite patterns.
You started this while we were watching her chat.
While we were watching her chat, this was my Lola Crow to start while we were doing her chat. So I'm not that far. I mean, there's a lot more here than it looks like. I guess it was going quickly, but let's see. I guess the black.
I don't know.
We'll find out. So this was my start. So not a huge start. You can kind of see the books kind of taking shape. That was really mostly during her chat and just slightly a little bit after I stitched a little bit longer past it. But so this one is 20 Count Smack the Jellyfish by Live&DyeLA, which I think is going to look really nice and spooky. And then I'm just doing this 1/1 with the call for DMCs. I didn't think it needed to be adjusted for the fabric I chose, but yeah, I really like this one. I noticed I have a lot of skeletons I've been stitching. I don't know if that's consciously or subconsciously chosen, but
interesting.
I do have a lot of skeletons, and like I said, I think the barn when I wanted to stitch with pumpkins also has a skeleton.
It does.
So. Don't know. That just seems to be something I'm interested in lately.
Okay. I had a first day of autumn start as well, and that is Autumn Town by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Oh, yeah. We've had this kitted up for 4 years, and I finally said, this is the year.
Well, you kept not doing it because I was going to stitch it.
Michael was going to stitch it.
And I said, you know what?
I was trying to give him time to stitch it.
Well, for a long time, I was looking for specific threads that I didn't have for the floss. And I did finally get the last Gloriana thanks to Andrew, the Runner Stitcher. And then I was like, there's just so many other things. And then one of my other starts kind of took its place. I said, go ahead and stitch it.
I did. I started it. Okay. And this is how far I got.
It's looking good.
So I'm just focused on the sky. I'm usually a top starter on these kinds of projects. It's not full coverage. There are spaces where there's green on there on the hill, and that is not stitched. That will be the fabric. But other than that, the rest of that is all stitched. So I thought I would start at the top, work on the sky, see how far I could get. I think I worked on this 2 nights. And that's how far I got.
The fabric choice is perfect for it, I think.
Yeah, this is 18 count pistachio. We don't know who the dyer is. We got it at Silver Needle, and they didn't label.
No, it was not labeled.
But it's this lovely yellow-green, which I think is going to look nice as the hill. But yeah, just, I don't know, over 1,000 stitches of sky.
It's a lot of sky.
Yeah. So, it started. Yeah. You can't finish it if you don't start it, right?
This is true.
Yeah.
It is finally. It is finally started.
It's on its way.
Yeah, you were waiting for that for a while.
Yeah.
You kept threatening. I was like, just go ahead and do it. Because I had, this is the one I would want to start instead. So this is the Halloween Quaker by Leela's Studio.
Mm.
I've been wanting to stitch this one for a while too.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well,
I kitted it up for you for your Christmas.
for Christmas, I think it was. She kitted it up for me. I'm like, okay, this is my next big autumn start. So this is what decided me to say, okay, go ahead and stitch it because like this is the one I've been looking most forward to. So I made some pretty good progress on it. Don't think I really need the background because it's folded. So this is where I got to. I'm also doing this one for my Whip into Shape.
You had finished your previous.
I finished my previous one, which one was
the camping lantern?
camping lantern that I finished, and I was like, well, this was I started this in the autumn, so first day of autumn, so it was a little bit delayed from my last finish, but I was like, I can catch up. Which thanks to the counter, I've been doing the counting. Katie from your mom, that floss channel. She was kind enough to give me some information about the clicker she uses for tracking her stitch because she also doesn't do the electronic. And I was like, well, that could work, and it does. It works great. So I was able to get caught up on his Whip into Shape. Although I don't think I've done as many stitches as I did the other version because I was doing by time. So I think I had a lot more stitches than on that one. So this one was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this one a lot. This one is on 20 Count Chinchilla. Aida by Mystic Fabrics. And I'm just doing it 1/1 with the classic Colorworks that you purchased for me. So, and I'm also doing this for the I Spy, which is I thought this would be a fun corn maze shape, which is the I Spy.
That would be a tricky maze,
wouldn't it? So I was like, that fits perfectly for this particular I Spy, and yeah, I love it. I mean, I can open up the fabric to show you this is what it's going to look like. But oh, did I do that?
I think it's this way.
That's the way. Okay. That's the way I'm doing it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's... Oh, yeah, that is the right way. Okay. So, yeah, I think the fabric will look really nice for it. It looks kind of like a spooky, eerie night, which is what I was going for.
We had some different options that we had laying out on the kitchen counter for a couple of days.
I debated some purples that looked kind of fun. And
I think you had a greenish.
I had a greenish one. I was like, this one to me feels like the feel I wanted for the piece more. I mean, the purple one looked also really... I mean, any of them would look nice, I suppose, with this pattern. But that was what I ended up choosing. So I've enjoyed every stitch of this one. It's been fun to get back into the Whip into Shape. So because I've been enjoying the challenge. It's a great challenge. I hope he does it again almost every time he does his marathons. So so that was one of my starts as well.
Okay, where did you put the Max Pigeon book?
It's right here. The Max Pigeon book.
The Max Pigeon book. So I was chatting with some friends in one of these virtual.
Oh yeah, I know what she's going to show.
Stitchy. Let me find this. Chatting with my friends at one of these virtual things, and you know how it is when you're chatting with stitchy friends. Aren't they just enabling, like
in the best way,
in the nicest, kindest way? They talk about something that they're going to stitch, and I say, "Well, I'm going to stitch that." And this was one of those things that my friends were talking about, and I said, "That's on my list. I think is the next thing I want to stitch from this book. So I will join you." And then I got an email one day that said, today's the day. And I said, okay, I better get my stuff together and get started. This is Autumn Drizzle by Max Pigeon from the autumn section of the Question the Force book. And I stitched some mountains.
Oh, yeah.
This is how far I am.
It's looking really good. I love that. Yeah. That's a beautiful pattern.
So this is, I'll hold it up against white because I think you'll be able to see that it's a little bit of a light gray, like a pale... slightly bluish gray color fabric, and I thought that would be a nice kind of, I don't know. Okay, so initially I wanted to stitch this on blue because I love like sunny autumn days the best. Yeah. But the way that he designed the pattern, all of the negative space needs to be a light color. So I decided to go with this instead, and I might try to rechart the sky to something different instead of clouds and rain because I don't love clouds and rain. So I decided to start with the mountains.
I understand that. I mean, there's moods I am in that I do enjoy clouds and rain, but not all the time. Yeah.
So I started and finished the mountain part portion. And I'm using all the called for colors, and I'm stitching this on 18 Count Stone by Fiber on a Whim. Yeah, so I figure I'll start with the mountains and finish the rest of the pattern and then figure out what I want to do with the sky and decide if I want to change or not. But I'm pleased with my day I spent on this.
Yeah, that's a lot of work for one day.
Yeah, so I will continue working on this autumn. and see if I can finish it before winter comes.
Oh yeah, fun. All right. So this next one is it's a tiny project I started.
Ooh.
This one was called Rainy Weather. It's this little guy with a leaf.
Was this another one of your first day of autumn starts?
This was another of my first day of autumn starts.
You started 3 things.
I started
or 4 things?
3 things, I think, on autumn. 2 things on the harvest moon.
Oh boy.
This one is a little bit of a more special place for me because this was the first mill hill kit that I stitched that we lost in the fire.
Yeah, we purchased it back in 2019.
Yeah.
We had taken a trip to Branson and bought it, and we were at Celia Samplers, and he had stitched it that winter.
I stitched it that winter, and then was lost the following summer.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of an emotional start for me.
Yeah, so I decided to get it for him again as a Christmas gift.
And then you ended up getting it again because in our movements...
We moved so many times.
We moved so many times between different rental places when we were rebuilding the house that it got lost somewhere there. Somebody ended up with a free cross-stitch kit.
Yeah, so we ordered it.
So we ordered it yet another time.
And he started it. Oh, it's looking good.
It's not that far yet, but...
No.
But I did make a reasonable progress considering I started 3 things that evening. I stitched all these starts in the evening after I got off work that day, so I didn't have a lot of time for each of them. But this one's got off to a good start. I'm sure I'll put more time into it this fall because I'm enjoying getting back into this one. But I'm just doing it. It's the call for perforated paper with the call
just
for
everything that came in the kit.
Everything that came in the kit. Nothing unusual. Just it's I think it's a 3/1 for most of it. I think there's a few colors that might be 2/1, but I do enjoy the mill hill kits, and this was, like I said, it was my first one that I ever did, and it's a little bit of a special place for me. So it's nice to get back, and I'd still have the pattern that I actually first ever stitched, which I might revisit at some point. So so that was one of my other starts.
Okay. My other start was a first day of October start. So our friend Laura, Stitching by the Shore, does this thing she calls the Pumpkin Birthday Sale. And she encourages everyone to work on pumpkin projects in the month of October in celebration of her birthday. Michael's birthday is also in October.
It is.
So
I will be taking part as well.
Yes, but I decided to have an October 1st pumpkin start. And that was also a mill hill kit. It's Midnight Pumpkin. It's a button and beads kit that I purchased this summer. And I've been thinking about it since I purchased it. And I said, well, if I start this on the 1st of October, I can get to it.
Yeah.
Sooner. And I worked on this.
Oh, yeah, you're doing that
for a full evening. I decided to do mine on fabric. So I'm doing mine on a 28 count navy Lugana by Zweigart instead of the perforated paper so I can turn it into a little pillow. I purchased this at the Silver Needle, and they're kind of known for having their mill hills displayed as pillows, and I really like that finish. I've done that with a few of these larger button and beads ones that I've done, and I really like it. I like the way that it looks when it's finished, so I decided to do that with this one, and I made great progress on it on the first.
I would say so.
Yeah, so I've got a good solid start on my first pumpkin birthday piece, and we'll see. I'm going to try to finish it by the end of the month. So
you can do it.
Yeah, I'll put more work into this and get my pumpkin stitching on.
I haven't started my pumpkin project yet.
Yeah, I have another one planned for your birthday. I think another one planned for Laura's birthday. So.
Wow.
I know, 3 pumpkin starts.
So it's not quite rivaling the snow wind, but it's definitely a lot of pumpkin starts. So this next one I also started at the Harvest Moon Hangout. This was one I bought at the Silver Needle.
That's what it says.
That is what it says. So it was at the Silver Needle. This is called San Francisco by the Tiny Modernist. I think this is one of the first patterns I've done by her. So I'm kind of stitching this as a companion piece to my Snoopy sports one that I did with the football helmets. Partly because I had a 49er football helmet for my team, which also had won in very dramatic fashion last night. So that was exciting for me. Nerve-wracking and exciting. I'm sure people who watch sports can relate to that. But this one this is my start. I wasn't this far on the Harvest Moon Hangout. But
you did the houses last night.
But I did the house. I finished off the houses last night, except for like filling in the doors and windows. So this one is done on 18 count steel Aida by Fiber on a Whim. and I'm doing it 1/1 for it, and it's mostly the called fours, but I did shift the gray color one darker, and the green is completely different because the green that was a brighter, it was a yellow brighter green that didn't work on this fabric.
It was too light for the fabric.
Yeah. So I shifted it more towards the green.
It was that weird space of like not light enough. Like if it had been a little bit lighter,
it would have shown.
It would have shown, but it was just in that zone where the tone was too similar to that.
And I didn't want to take it more yellow. I thought the green would look better. So I shifted it, and I think I tried 4 or 5 different color greens before I finally okay, this is the green. Because I started with the words. And I skipped the green one until I figured, and then I started stitching them in, and then frogging them, and then stitching them in and frogging them, until I finally found the color that worked. So I think this one's going to look really nice in that fabric. So I think I'll probably finish that this fall. It's a small pattern. So that'll go with my Peanut Snoopy, and I think that was my last start. Is that your last start? Okay, starts are all done. We have works in progress, our whips. If you're new to cross stitching, that's usually what it's called. How many whips do you have, Mrs. Feathers?
I have 4.
Okay, I have 1, 2, 3. I have 4.
Okay.
Do you want to start?
Yeah, I can start.
Okay.
Okay, so I participate in Whip Go, which is a game hosted by Jessie Marie Does Stuff, where you set up a bingo board, and then at the end of a month, she'll pull 2 numbers for the following month, and those projects that get called are the ones that you stitch on. And everyone kind of has their own rules, and not even rules, but just like how they like to work on their projects. So my goal for each of these projects is to spend 2 nights in the month that I'm supposed to. I did finally get a bingo.
She did.
Yay. The first one that had been called that I worked on is Merry Friends Towels by Stony Creek.
Ooh, I do like that one.
I am working on this one down here, the one that says Merry Christmas. And I spent 2 nights on it. Originally, I thought maybe I would work more, but I'm stitching this on a shirt.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm using 14 count water soluble Aida, and I basically only spent 2 nights on it because my hand was hurting. The way that I have to hold the shirt, and like I have to pull the thread a little bit tighter than I'm used to. So my hand was uncomfortable after 2 nights. So I thought, well, 2 nights I guess is my limit on this.
You just need to pace yourself.
Yeah, but I focused on this half over here, and I worked on, I had like half of a snowman's face, so I finished that, and I finished the hat and the band, and I did the mitten cuffs, and I started on the scarf and these snowflakes up here.
Yeah, that's looking great.
Yeah, so I did make good progress in the 2 nights that I worked on it, but yeah, it's getting closer.
It's definitely getting closer.
Yeah,
it's looking
I'm
good.
hoping that I can wear this in December, so that is my goal to finish it by then. We'll see if that is achievable. I think it is.
I think it is.
But we'll find out.
Just pace your hand. Don't overdo your hand.
Go.
All right. Let's see. My first one is a project called Cardinal Forest. It's a mill hill kit. So that is my project, and this looks like it on black. Let's see. I think it is. Yeah, that's the correct way.
We don't want upside down trees.
I don't want upside down trees. So this is making pretty decent progress on this one. But this is just done with the fabric, the perforated paper and the floss that's in the kit. It's 3/1 on most of the stuff. I think there's one color that's 2/1. So I have a lot of mill hills, and this is one I decided to start on, for reasons I can't say at the moment. But this is also done for the Nice Buy. It was the color of an apple, which these cardinals, when they get here, will be red.
Well, there's green trees.
There are also green apples, so it could work on both accounts. I didn't quite make it to the cardinals. You can see the outline formed, but didn't quite make it into stitching the cardinals. There's actually a couple like pine coney things here, and then this goes all the way around, and there's like another cardinal right here. So I'm making progress on this one,
Mhm.
but it's going slowly as I only stitch on it like on Mondays usually or something. So, so that was one of my whips that I worked on.
My other whip go call for the month was Snow Magical by Brenda Gervais. I started this, I think, in 2023 as part of my 12 Days of Snow Friends. And I had finished the head, the hat, and the sweater. So I was plotting my way down. And I ended up doing some trees.
Ooh.
So I got all the trees done. And I started filling in this bottom part underneath of the sweater. I'm using the Cauldron colors. And I mentioned last time that I was in a bit of a predicament because I didn't leave the skein in there and I used the rest of it.
Yeah.
But I had this one length of thread in there. So I used that one length to do this part. And now I'm going to have to figure out if the skein that I have of this same color is
actually the same color.
a match enough, or if I'm going to have to figure out something else. But yeah, so I also put in the arms, this little stick arms.
It looks really great.
Yeah, but I was pleased with the progress I made in 2 nights and looking forward to working on this again and getting it closer to a finish. And I'm stitching this on 36 count Silver Fox by Fiber and Whim.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
All right. So this next one is a part of my own SAL that I started for Stitch the Wild Park, Stitch the Wild Parks SAL, to kind of support our national parks. So this is the cover sheet. The colors are wrong. I think our printer needs to be cleaned because it's not really that.
It does. We printed out a pattern today and it was very yellow and green.
I was like,
and the pattern itself is not yellow and green.
No, so this is not really exactly what it'll look like, but
it's probably close though.
It's probably close enough.
Black Canyon of the Gunnison.
Black Canyon,
or Black Canyon.
Yeah, Canyon in Colorado.
Yeah.
So
it's probably more brown.
It's probably more brown.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking. So I need to clean our printer and get it printing properly again for that. But so this is the 7th pattern. I did finish the other one. I guess that's another finish technically, but I consider it a whip because there's so many of them. But this is, you can see that I have. This will be the end of that row, I think, and then I'll start the next row.
Oh, okay, that's exciting.
I think that's what I planned, unless because I don't think I could fit as many. Two more over there.
I think it depends on the math.
I need to do the math again.
Yeah.
Because there's 63 of these parks, and
so 7 is probably right then.
7 by 9 is what I was. I think I was thinking, but so that's the ones I worked on. So this is the one I finished. This one was Biscayne, in Florida, which someday we'll get to go see. It's mostly underwater, and I'm not really a snorkeler or scuba diver, so but I'll see the top part where they have the visitor center and stuff. And then I started the frame for the other one, so that's as far as I got on it. But I'm going to be using this kind of as a way of recording stuff the parks we visit together. So you can see on the one, I actually added the date when we finished it, and then there is actually a green frame around that one, which I add when we actually visited a park together. Now I know there's some parks we've visited separately, but I'm not really counting those. So this one was stitched on.
It's a mystery fabric.
It's a mystery fabric of it's a 20 count Aida mystery fabric.
It's like a bluish gray.
It's like a bluish gray. We bought it at the Needlework Galleria.
We got it at Silver Needle, and again, they did not.
And they didn't have anything labels on it. So, but this was from Stitchin' Madness, and I did this for the I Spy as well this month.
Okay.
It fit really well for a Starts with P for parks.
Okay.
And also seen in history books. And a project with more than 7 motifs, which I think it counts. So I'm trying to get all my I Spies in. So that was my second whip.
Okay.
I'm enjoying that project a lot. So it's a long-term project, as you can tell.
And we had a lot of fun. You were working on that one of the times we did speed dating.
I did. I was working on that.
So we chatted with several people about our favorite parks and our favorite experiences at the parks. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a good conversation piece. So, yeah. So that was my second whip, though.
Okay. My third whip is Put a Bird on It by Modern Folk Embroidery.
Oh, I do love this one.
I had not worked on this since July. And every time I watch EJ and Chilia, I'm like, I gotta work on that some more. Because they're getting close to a finish. Now, they are hosting a sale. And it started in December and ends in December. I'm probably not going to be able to finish mine by December. But I thought I can at least work on it some more. Melanie, please continue working on this.
Keep working and you'll eventually get there.
Yes. So I put a bird on it. And this is where it's at now.
Oh, yeah.
So I mostly worked on this side over here. I finished this top. Well, actually, I started and finished this top medallion. And then I came down the page with this one over here. And then I started on this little motif here. It's another like half weaker. This one right here. So I started on that part. This has been my project when I don't know what to work on. I make myself work on this.
And you're doing this one monochrome, right?
I am. So I'm stitching this on 36 count Wild Mint by Atomic Ranch, which is a yellow, green, blue, green kind of mottled color. And I'm using a thread by Color and Cotton called Eucalyptus, which is also a yellow, green, blue, green color.
It's kind of almost a tone on tone kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and I'm just using one strand on that. So yeah, I've been pulling this out every time I can't decide what to work on. It makes the decision easier.
Yeah, that works.
So I don't know if I'll continue that this month or if I'll kind of, I don't know, I have all these pumpkins and autumn things now. But we'll see what happens. I might work on this, I might not. It might not come out again until November. But I did enjoy the stitches that I put on it. And I'm so enjoying seeing everyone else's progress, everyone who's getting closer to a finish. It's just so exciting seeing all the different beautiful variations happening on this. Yeah, so that's my put a bird on it.
I love it. All right, so the next one I did is called Gandalf Gnome PK by X Stitch Heroes. So this is my cover sheet. That's what it'll look like eventually. I'm not that far, really. I mean, I'm making slow progress on it.
Mm.
But I started this one for Laura's Gnome Along.
Laura and Katie.
Laura and Katie's. Their Gnome Along Sal. Their start along, stitch along. I'm not sure which it is, but it doesn't really matter.
I think it's just stitch along because I think they're plotting other gnomes.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
I'm still on the same gnome. I'll get there eventually.
And there's a gnome that I'm going to be starting in November. Katie, one of those mill hills. New mill hill that I got. I'm going to stitch those in November.
Okay. Well, this is the one I've been working on, and I made reasonable progress, I guess, now that I look at it.
You did.
Because I finished filling in the hat. It was not filled in all the way. There was like part of one color and then the other color in the middle of these sections that I finished. Mm-hmm. And then I got the top of his staff kind of stitched in. Mm-hmm. That one's pretty much all filled in. Mm-hmm. So I made reasonable progress. I haven't started his big nose. I think that might be the next thing I work on. Is this really big nose before I start the beard on him. Mm-hmm. But I've enjoyed this one a lot. It's been a lot of fun. Like I said, I never thought I would stitch a gnome. But this one's fun, and there's a few other gnomes that I have my eye on that I could possibly.
Oh, okay.
I need to buy them before next year because next year I'm not going to be buying stuff as much.
Yeah.
So, and I also am doing this one for the I Spy because for me, Lord of the Rings is my one of my cozy things to read it and that, and so I counted it as my cozy project for her I Spy.
We started reading The Hobbit together this month at some point.
We did, and you're mostly been awake for it. The problem I run into is I get really into, The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. I don't notice she's sleeping. And then she'll wake up and like, what happened? So I have to backtrack figure out where she fell asleep. So I'm stitching this one on 20 count Aida called Sea Glass by Mystic Fabrics. And I'm doing it one over one with the call for DMCs. So this one has been a lot of fun. Like I said, I didn't think I would stitch a gnome, and I'm enjoying it a lot. So there might be more gnomes in my future as well. I don't know that I'll be stitching the same gnomes as you, but so that is one of my whips I've worked on.
Okay, the last whip that
it is that time of day.
Okay, the last whip that I worked on is Bump in the Night by Prairie Schooler. This was my halfway to Halloween start back in the spring. Actually, I think I started this spring bangle retreat. I think it was that same time frame. And when I had finished the other pieces that I was doing at Harvest Moon Hangout, I said I need something easy because it was late in the evening, but I wanted to keep stitching and chatting. So I pulled this out because I thought, okay, it only has 2 colors. I can do that. And this is how it looks right now.
Oh, now you changed the order around a lot for this one.
I did. So as you can see, it's designed kind of up and down. And then they have these 2 extra things, which I really liked. And I didn't really love the yikes guy. This creepy little yikes guy. What's up with him? I don't know. I needed to leave him out. So I kind of reorganized it so that I could fit in as much as I wanted to. So this is how far I am on this project. At the hangout, I worked on the owl or the wolf. I started on the wolf and I finished that. And then I came over a few days later and I worked on this cat. And then I started on the owl the other day.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yes. So after I finish the owl, I just have, I think, the house and a bird. Is it a bird or?
Where is that at?
Oh, the witch that's shushing everyone.
The witch, yeah.
From all the sounds. Yep. So I'm getting closer to a finish on this. I will probably work on this some more this month. And I'm enjoying it. I'm using, I think, the called for colors. There's only 2 colors. Maybe they're called for, maybe they're not. And I'm stitching it on 18 count Moonstone by Fiber on a Whim, which is like a creamy, yellowy gray color. And I'm very excited. I need to decide if I want to do the border or not. They have a border around the outside of it. I don't know that it's necessary. Also, I'd have to figure out if it'll fit or not. So I might just leave that out and do, I'm thinking about doing like a stand-up kind of a finish on this and do like a chunky fuzzy outside. I don't know. We'll see. I still gotta finish it.
Finishing
before
first.
I worry about that.
Gotta finish it first.
Yeah. So I'm enjoying stitching this. I will continue to stitch on this when I need a lighter, easier stitch. Although I'm running out of the dark brown color.
Uh-oh.
I think I need to get that. Or see if we have a skein somewhere.
And you know floss can't travel alone, so.
That's true.
All right, so my last whip is a one I started for May the 4th. So that's been a while. I haven't stitched on it as much as I probably could have. But this one was my Spaceballs.
You've got so many whips now.
I have more whips than I ever thought I'd have. This is my Spaceballs lacrosse stitch that I've started for that. And this is by Hornswoggle. It's an Etsy shop. And I also am counting this for my star-shaped I Spy, which there are stars in the sky, so I'm counting that. And this is on 20 count Black Aida, 1/1, the call for DMCs. So once I finished the A entirely, and then I started on the 2 L's and the S over here. So those won't take too much longer to finish. I think I'm gonna keep working on this one. This was also going to be part of my work for the Space September.
Oh yeah, with Adelaide.
So because I've always loved space, and I've taken astronomy classes, and so it's in that I'm a huge Star Trek nerd. So I was like, I need to do something for Space September. This was my project that I had that I was like fit the closest. I don't have as many spacey projects as I thought I would, so that might be something to solve at some point. So yeah, this one's been a lot of fun. Once I finish that, I'll just have the cross stitch down below and some stars and stuff. So it's not super far.
You're getting close.
And the cross stitch down here, that is all just white. So it's all one color. It'll go pretty quickly. This is multiple colors throughout here. So but that one's been a lot of fun to stitch. I've been enjoying it. I probably will definitely do that more especially as we get towards winter. And I want to finish it. Certainly want to finish it before the next Spaceballs movie comes out, because there's a Spaceballs 2 being made that I'm trying not to be excited about, but also be excited about at the same time, because I grew up, Spaceballs was one of my favorite movies growing up. I wore out a VHS tape, so watched it a lot. I used to have it memorized word for word.
Doesn't surprise me.
Not surprised at all?
No.
But that was
there are several movies you have memorized word for word.
Yeah, my brother and I, we will often talk to each other in movie quotes, and people don't know at all what we're talking about, but just back and forth in movie quotes. So that is all my whips.
Mhm.
All your whips.
Mhm. For today.
Right. I don't think I have any stitching kindness to talk about.
I have stitching adjacent kindness.
Okay. Yeah.
So, I have what?
I said go ahead.
Oh,
Go.
I thought you said something
No, I just
else.
said go ahead. Go.
Okay. So I have 2-dimension stockings that I would like to finish before Saint Nick comes.
Yes, I would like to see them finished
Because I've had them stitched for almost 3 years.
Not quite.
They were before we moved in the house.
It was before we moved in the house.
Which
So I
was
guess it was almost
over
3
3
years.
years.
Over
ago.
3 years.
Okay, so
right.
over 3 years. They've been sitting,
They're beautiful.
waiting to
They're
be fully
beautiful
finished.
stockings too.
My mom remembered that she had a book in her collection called Stockings and Small Quilts, Quilt in a Day. And it's from 1997 by Judy Knockel. And my mom had made one of these stockings for my grandma. I think it was like this one with the buttons. I could be wrong, but in my memory, that's what it was. And so she thought of this book and thought maybe it would help me figuring out how to construct a stocking to have a pattern like this. All of these stockings have a cuff, which I'm not going to need, but I think having the other part, just reading about how to go about fully finishing a stocking will help me figure out how to fully finish our stockings. And then also, like, all of the patterns that they have for the stockings, you can also make into small quilts. That's pretty cool. So I need to take some time to read through this, look at it, and kind of plot out how I'm going to fully finish those stockings so that we can have them in December.
Yeah, I'm not really that worried.
I know we're not worried.
But
if it's another year, that's fine.
It will be nice to have them.
But I think having this resource will be helpful to me.
I think so. I think that should be a nice
help.
Thanks, Mom. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
We just want to thank everyone. I think that we spent time with this month.
Yes, there were so many wonderful people we met at the Harvest Moon this last time, and I don't think I can remember all their names and do everybody justice, so I don't really want to try to start naming them.
Yeah, we don't want to leave anyone out, but it just meant so much to us to have that time. I think times have been hard for so many of us to have that space to just stitch and chat and make connections. It was really meaningful to us.
Yeah, just making connections on things we love with the things they love as well. And it's such a wonderful event. I can't recommend it enough, really. I'm sure someday we'll probably end up at a in-person retreat, but I've really enjoyed the virtual retreats a lot, and Stephanie does such a great job with the retreats she's been hosting. So thank you as well, Stephanie. I definitely want to thank her for doing the events. She does a great job. So, but we do have some project enhancements. Yes. So
we teased that Michael found something at the antique
I did.
mall. What did you find, Michael?
So this was the thing I found at the antique mall. It's called Santa's Great Book. I can flip through the first part because it's not actual patterns. You know, there's
like all different kinds of Santas.
Santa on an owl. That one could possibly be one of the ones I stitch.
I like it.
I love it. There's Santa. This is
my dad said he stitched this one.
He said he stitched that one, so that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
So there's just all these different older Santa. I think there's 40 designs.
40, yeah.
I mean, I guess if somebody really wanted me to do a flip through, I can do a little flip through sometime. But you can just let me know. I'll try to record that if you decide here. But that was one of my finds. I was like, there's enough in here that I would definitely probably stitch. So. And I suspect maybe your mom might find something that she might want to stitch. Who knows?
I do not know.
I don't know if there's anything in here you go to stitch or not, but
I don't know.
You can look through.
I will admire your stitching of the things.
I haven't stitched a lot of Santas, and there's enough in there of the kind of older, fun little ones. And the other project enhancement I got was from the Harvest Moon.
Ooh, that's right.
Because I got, let's see what it was called. Here, I have it on here. The Pumpkin Party by Lola Crow.
It was an exclusive design for the retreat, and I'll put a picture of what it looks like.
Yeah, she'll put a picture up here, and this is going to be my pumpkin birthday start for my
Yeah,
birthday.
for Michael's birthday.
And somebody's starting it with
Yeah,
me.
our friend Heather is going to be joining Michael.
Yeah, so that'll be October 7th. I'll be starting that for my birthday.
Yeah.
It's part of the pumpkin birthday, so I can't not take part in that. I mean, thank you, Laura, for hosting it. And then I think that was all my project enhancements. So that pattern and then this book of patterns.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I took a trip that Michael didn't know about Wednesday to Color and Cotton.
To Color and Cotton, and I didn't get to go?
To get something for your birthday, which you'll find out this weekend.
Oh.
And I found some things for myself.
Not surprised there.
As one does. I've been looking for this, Disagree, all, like, since it came out in the spring. I've been looking for it every store I've gone to because I want to support the LNSs and keep them going. So I saw that they had it and I was so excited. I grabbed it immediately. So I'll be starting this at some point. Disagree by Rebel Stitcher. I love that. I'm very excited. They had just gotten in the Heart and Hand Wee one. It's Love and Peace, and it's got this snow friend. So, of course, with these cute little designs.
Snow friends, you can't go wrong.
It'll be added to my snow friend pile. And I also got Green Bungalow by Jed Xitch, which I'm thinking about doing as as Laura's birthday day start.
Oh.
With all of these really cool pumpkins. And I just love the bright colors on it. And I have a fabric that I think is going to be perfect. So I was very excited about that. I also got sucked into the wall. And I got this floss called Purple Iris.
That is pretty.
Yeah, it's like this blue and purple. So I might use this for Disagree. Or I think there's a Quaker that I have that I might use this for. I'm not sure. One of those two I will use this art for. That was very exciting. I'm sorry you didn't go with me. But
it's okay.
You will get some
kindness. That'll just give me a reason to go myself. I mean, before the end of the year, and I'm trying not to purchase that after that for a while. So I think was that all of your project
that was all of my purchases.
Okay. Stitching plans.
What are your plans?
Well, obviously, I have lots of whips to work on. Obviously, so I will definitely be doing a pumpkin party start on the 7th.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
That is definitely when I'll be starting. I have one or two possible other projects I may be starting over the month.
Okay.
But I don't have a lot of firm plans.
You'll be continuing Whip into Shape?
I'll be doing my Whip into Shape.
And are you going to be doing I Spy again this month?
Yes, I'll be doing I Spy, which I started looking over, was it last night? I think I started looking over while we were watching the 49er game and deciding which projects to apply for what. And so I'll get those in. I'm sure I'll definitely get some of these projects that I have just shown worked on. Mm-hmm. I do have more Halloween ones that I could possibly start. That's why I was like, there might be one or two more that I start. I don't really know.
We should look through those.
I have lots of Halloween ones, as you know.
You should start one of those. Add it to the starts.
Add it to my start. So that's on the agenda for my plans. I do need to go out and find a sincere pumpkin patch because a great pumpkin only goes to the most sincere pumpkin patch. Mm-hmm. So that is something I'll have to find and make sure I'm there for him so he can give me some toys and stuff. So, but other than that, don't think we have a whole. I mean, we have a busy month ahead. So we do. But stitching related, I think those are my only firm plans. Are probably a few more starts, including the pumpkin party, and then doing the Whip into Shape because I really enjoy that. It's helped me kind of focus on certain pieces, so that's been a lot of help. One other plan that I remembered is that I've been working on my D&D RPG character sal for next year. I'm going to call it that. I haven't decided the exact name yet. But I have the Excel sheet, or it's not an Excel sheet, it's a Google sheet, but I have it completely done. There's some things I probably will expand and update for if I do this again, another version of it, but I think it's good enough to go. So I've started working on the website a little bit. So that is probably something I'll be spending a lot more time on in October, is getting that website where it needs to be. And my plan is to release a video hopefully sometime in November, between all of our wonderful we have a busy November, but hopefully I'll find time to record a video, just talk about what the SAL is going to be like, or it's a challenge rather than a SAL. It'll be a year-long challenge and how it works. I'll walk people through how the sheet works.
Mm-hmm.
And everything will be available on that website. So
Mm-hmm.
that'll be a link to our account, and I'll release that in December so people can
Mm-hmm.
start getting themselves figured out for that.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one of my plans that I wanted to try to mention. So if you're interested in doing RPG character creation challenge in next year, it'll run through from January through December. So yep, that was my other plan.
Okay.
So what about you?
I have plans. So first of all is Whip Go. So Whip Snow. The two numbers called were 6 and 17 for October.
Which
17 is
are
Snowman Sentinel Welcome by Stony Creek. This is my
that's one of your biggest projects.
oldest, largest snow friend. I think I started this in 2022 or 2023.
I think it was
I don't remember. Anyway, it's been around for a while. This is what it looks like now. Last time this was called, I worked on the snowflakes in the sky. I think I might come down and try to work on one or both of the mittens. And I'll give this 2 or 3 nights, depending on how that goes. And then the other number that got called is a project that's I've set aside because it's all I have left is fill in. And I like having a project like that for trips that we go on. So I'm instead going to choose another snow friend. I might work on the one I showed earlier, Snow Magical, the one that I need to do the white on and decide the white. I also might work on that shirt that I showed earlier and try to get closer to a finish on that. There's one other one that is no longer on the board that I might want to try to get progress on. So I'll decide that as the mood strikes. And I'll spend 2 nights on whatever project it is that I choose for that. Fill that slot. I'm going to start a piece for Michael's birthday. And that is Sleepy Hollow by Hello from the Matthews.
The Clump Pumpkins.
I started this last year on his birthday and was displeased with my fabric choice. So I'm going to restart it this year on his birthday. It's got these grumpy pumpkins.
For one of my favorite cartoons.
And some owls.
I always love watching that almost every year.
Yes.
The Glum Pumpkin.
The pumpkin who couldn't smile.
The pumpkin who couldn't smile.
And so I've pulled 3 different fabrics. One of these will be the fabric.
Ooh, I like them all.
I'm going like nightish vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think?
Let me see. I'll have to think about that one.
Like it can't be too dark for the black.
No, you'd have to reverse.
So I didn't go like
super
too
dark.
dark. Like this is the darkest one. And this is the lightest one because maybe it's just like early in the evening.
You have time to think about it.
I have time to think about it. But I think no matter what, my thread's going to show up better on all of these than it did on the one that I tried last year.
That was a plan I forgot about. Thank you. You just reminded me.
What?
The card for Laura's.
Oh yeah, her artist trading card.
Artist trading card. I wanted to try to do that this year. I have the pattern part figured out. I just need to sit down and stitch it. Mm-hmm. It'll be a quick stitch, so that might be a start for tonight, maybe.
Okay.
Because I need to.
I know we need to cut fabric for it.
I need to cut fabric for it. It's not huge. It's like 3.5 by 2.5 or something like that, right? So, so that'll be something I'm going to try to get that stitched up. If I can get it finished by mid next week, maybe, and get it fully finished, and then get it to Laura, which I'll need to get her address then. Because I know the 15th she said is the hard and fast deadline. So that's something I wanted to do. I didn't get it done the last one, but I have everything figured out now. I just need to stitch it. So that is one of my plans that will be started very, very soon. Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
You jogged my memory on something I wanted to do.
Okay, I have a sticky note with other plans that I didn't have anything to put in the pile, but will help remind me. Okay, the people that I stitched with also talked me into doing a Yasmin's Made with Love project. So I think 2 people are doing the new bat that came out, and that is not, no thank you. It's very pretty, like it's beautiful, but not for me. But a pattern that I've been wanting from Yasmin for a while is Kaleidoscope. I've seen Jen from the Two Tall Stitchers working on it, and every time she shows it, I drool a little. So I'm definitely going to be starting that. I think Karen the Twitchy Stitcher is going to be starting that with me also. So I don't know when that'll happen, but I think it's happening this month. So I got to get myself together on that. Exciting. I'm also planning on stitching on another shirt. We are going to the Stardew Valley concert this month. That's one of the things we're doing. And we had a chat with our friend Sarah Ann, Pocket Mama Shop, and she has a few Stardew Valley patterns in her Etsy shop. So I'm thinking about, there's one with like 3 little Junimos. I'll put a picture in. And they're holding like these little autumn things. So I'm thinking about putting that on a shirt that I don't wear very much because it's not comfortable, but maybe it'll be fun if I have little Stardew Valley things for the concert.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so I gotta have to work on that this week.
Yeah,
next week,
because it's coming out. The 18th is the concert.
I gotta work on that, print that out, and work on that.
That is exciting.
And then I would like to try to catch up on Stitch for Pride. I'm like 6 months behind.
Yeah, you're a little behind on that.
On the learning, so I need to catch up on that. I would love to. Every time people show their projects, I get very excited and looking forward to learning about the people. But I just need to do that. And also I have FFO in capital letters with 3 exclamation points. Because I've had this pile of pillow finishes sitting on my table for 4 weeks now. Just like this. Like I got everything cut out. I just got to make them into pillows. So FFO, 3 exclamation points. That is a major plan for me this month.
Wow. You got a lot of plans.
Yeah.
I don't have as nearly concrete plans as you do.
I have concrete plans this month.
Yeah, usually it's the opposite.
We'll see what happens.
I have lots of concrete
plans.
We'll
see what happens. If I do any of that or none of that, no one knows.
I'm just playing it by ear, mostly.
Yeah.
Following my heart. So I think that's it for our cross-stitch section.
That's it for stitching.
Yeah, that's it for stitching. So we don't have a lot of board games, but if you're not staying around for our board games.
No, and I will, first I'll talk about the quilts, because I did make this.
Oh, yes.
Since we saw you, and then we'll talk about board games,
So yeah, if you're here want to stay around.
If you're only here for the stitching, we love you.
Yes, we hope you had a good time.
We're so glad you stopped by. We hope you have the best month ahead. Please take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Enjoy every stitch.
Enjoy every stitch. Do the things you love with the people you love, and we will hopefully see you again next month for our next Flosstube. Yeah. So, do you want to talk a little bit about the quilt?
Yeah, so I made a quilt. I'll insert a picture. I don't have a picture yet. I'll make Michael take one of me holding it so you can see it all. So I had made a quilt top for Michael a few years ago that looks like a jack-o'-lantern. And when I went to make that, I had bought a bunch of layer cakes of Halloween fabric. And there were some fabrics that did not work in that quilt because I basically just needed blacks and oranges. So I had some... which you'll be seeing on the quilt that I have now made, that were just either too busy to be on that quilt or had too much like multicolors or were too light. So I cut up those into squares, and then I just made this. It's almost like a trip around the world, like part of a trip around the world quilt. I designed this to go on the back of our couch, and you'll see the fabrics are pointing in 2 different directions, because if you stitch with us at virtual events, you know that our living room and our kitchen are kind of open to each other. There's nothing right behind our couch. So I did it that way so that if you're looking into the living room from the kitchen, everything will be face up. And then if you're in the living room looking the other way, everything will be face up.
Yeah, it was very clever.
I know, I tried. My quilting is not the best. I need to get my machine serviced or looked at. I'm having a problem with the speed changing on me, like in the middle of stitching, where all of a sudden it stops or all of a sudden it's slower or faster, and I am not changing my pedal pushing, and I'm not pushing anything on the thing. It's just doing it by itself, which probably means it needs some sort of attention and
some love.
Yeah, I don't have the knowledge for that, so I can try to do some learning or take it in somewhere and get it.
I mean, I've located some place that you could take it if when you decide to.
So don't look too close at this. The stitching on it is not the best, but it's functioning exactly as I wanted it to. And our living room is just adding a little spooky touch in there and just bringing us a little extra joy and coziness.
Yeah, I love it. I was excited to see it finished.
Yeah, so we've been enjoying that the last couple of weeks, and we'll enjoy it through the month.
Yeah, so.
If this is your leaving time, if you're not interested in hearing about the board games, we're so glad that you stopped by for a while and joined us.
Yeah, we hope you enjoyed hearing about the quilt, because it was a lot of fun to see her do it. But
I've
enjoy.
been wanting to get back to sewing, and I needed a project that was fun and that I could do. I think was my holdback. I haven't sewed since I think November of last year.
Yeah.
So it was good to kind of flex those muscles again. That's part of why I cut out all of these small projects to turn into pillows, because I'm like, okay, now I got that stitching going. I can do that.
You can get yourself going again on it.
Yeah.
So yeah. If you're not staying with us though, you have a wonderful month and enjoy doing things you love with the people you love.
Mm-hmm.
And we will see you again in about a month.
Yeah, we'll be back in the beginning of November with whatever
adventures happen.
Whatever happened.
Cross our path. So. All right. So we don't have a lot of transition to do for our board games, because
I just have to flip this page.
We just have to flip a page, and we don't actually have a lot of board games to
This
talk
was,
about.
I think, our lightest gaming month in a long time.
Definitely our lightest game month. We had just such a busy...
In a very long time. Well, we didn't have any game days.
We had no game days.
And also, I mean, with the Harvest Moon Hangout...
And the camping.
We didn't do any...
We didn't do any weekend game stuff, really. So it was just a light gaming month.
Mm-hmm.
But we do have our stats for the gaming month.
So I'll insert, as I usually do, the picture... Well, I'm going to have 2 pictures. I've enjoyed breaking it up so that you aren't trying to find things in the huge list of things that we played. So the first set of game covers you'll see are the games that we played with my dad over the course of the month. We played 1 game of Wingspan and 4 Shovel Dartmoor. We played 2 games of Trinket Trove, and then 1 game each of Clank Catacombs, Critter Kitchen, Earth, Flip 7, and Gnome Hollow. And then Michael and I, on our own, through the month, we played 7 games of Wingspan, 5 of 4 Shovel Dartmoor, 1 each of Clever Cubed and Luthier.
Yeah, so we played some, but not that many, really.
Yeah, we played 23 games.
I mean, if you've watched some of our other videos, you definitely know this is a small list for us.
Yeah, it's a little bit light.
And of the games that we usually would talk about, if you're new here, games that we played 4 or more times that we haven't already talked about.
For this month, that was Wingspan, which we played 8 times, and 4 Shovel Dartmoor, which we played 6 times. Now, Wingspan we talked about in greater detail in video number 5, and 4 Shovel Dartmoor we talked about in video number 25. So if you're looking for more information on those games, you can look at our game sections of those videos.
Yeah, so yeah, really, I mean, those are the only 2 games we played 4 times.
Yeah, and we played Wingspan. Michael said, I think we need a comfort game. I forget what happened or which day it was.
It was some day we needed a comfort
whatever.
game.
And that it's our most played game, the game that we enjoy the most, so
yeah.
It's a comforting game for us.
It is. It's a really I guess I don't know if it's because it's birds or what it is about
I don't know. But it helps us through the dark times, so we played it a bunch.
So we don't have any specific game to talk about, but
no.
If you have any suggestions for games you'd like us to play or check into, please do let us know, because we're always looking for interesting and new games to play. It's a big part of our lives. So.
I think instead of talking about a game in detail this month, one of our friends had asked in our Gen Con video, we filmed in our closet, and I inserted a picture of what was in our gaming closet. But I think I'm going to do kind of a video more slowly, just kind of showing what's in our closet. So I'll have some music playing in the background of that if you want to turn your volume down, or I try to fiddle with the volume in the editing and that never works. It's always much louder than I think it's going to be. But I'm just going to kind of film just what our closet looks like, and you can see the games in our collection, and yeah, just enjoy that today instead of hearing us talk about the games in detail.
Yeah, so here is our collection.
Yeah.
So I hope you enjoyed that video. That's our collection, which is always shifting from year to year because some games fall out of favor. And
I
some,
know. And you will have seen that we still have our Gen Con games on the table in our game room. So I need to kind of reorganize the shelf and get those in the closet.
yeah, I need to spend some time. I know we've identified some that we want to
Mm-hmm.
sell,
Mm-hmm.
on the used market.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll make room for some of the games too,
Mm-hmm.
because we have a lot of games that have kind of transitioned out of our usual play routine
Mm-hmm.
that we used to play a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and so we just need to sell those so we have more room because we're running out
Yeah.
of. So, but we hope you enjoy that,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll be back again next month if you.
Mm-hmm.
With more stitching and more gaming.
Yeah, we do have a game day planned, so we will have a bigger list of games, and
Definitely.
we'll see what happens if there's any new games for us to talk about.
So, if you stay with us this long, thank you. We appreciate you very much, and we look forward to seeing you again after this month. And we hope you enjoy doing the things you love with the people you love this next month.
Yeah.
So we will see you soon.
We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Yeah, each year, Sally, the Great Pumpkin chooses the most sincere pumpkin patch. And just look around you. There's no pumpkin patch more sincere than this one. He's got to pick this one. He's just got to. Oh, Great Pumpkin, where are you?